It's the future. You can't command it.
You can only hope to contain it. You can't control it.
Do I hear Vader somewhere? I hear something breathing.
That's me. That's my fat ass coming in here. Ready to do the show? Let's get to it. So the little Indians inside of the camera, this is just a test. We are obviously too poor to have a long enough extension for a microphone, and plus we just want to try to test this shit out and see how things are gonna go, and we're just gonna pretty much wing it from this point moving forward. So yeah, welcome to our, fuck it.
Wait, what's the name of our show again?
Fuck it, that's the name of our show. I forgot to do the whole intro. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting to do like my little countdown and shit.
You're gonna do 10, 9, or is it just 5?
No, we're gonna be like Dwight in The Office and start from like 30. Alright, welcome to the Cosmic Brew Review. I am DJ.
I'm Vern.
And we are two rather large fellows that like films, like anything nerd culture, and here we're gonna discuss it for you as I try not to stumble over my words.
Alright, here we go.
3, 2, 1. We got company! I hate space!
This should be fun. Rated R.
Last night, we went and saw Alien Covenant, which is Ridley Scott's sequel to not only every other Alien movie that's ever been made, but more importantly, most recently, is Prometheus.
So it's a prequel that is a sequel that is a prequel to Aliens.
It's a prequel.
Okay.
The movie is about colonists that are sent to a planet to start colonizing, basically to try to find an Earth 2 and colonize it so they could eventually start a new race of human beings on this new planet. Something goes wrong.
As they always do in these type of movies.
Yeah, everything goes wrong, and they end up finding another planet through a distress signal, a new planet that they deviate to, which they claim is even a better suitable habitat for them than their original destination. And when they get there, all hell doth ensue. Vern, what did you think of Alien Covenant?
Well, I went in hating it because of its previous movie, because of Prometheus, and I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it had a good story, good characters, good actors. A little slow in the beginning, but it ended well. I mean, it just kind of blew me away with a lot of stuff, especially with the new ways the aliens pop out and stuff.
Oh yeah, like I really enjoyed it myself too. It gave me everything that I needed out of an alien movie. What Prometheus didn't do, this movie did. Now, that's not to say that there weren't some parts in the movie that weren't executed, or maybe they could have been written better. Every movie's gonna have those faults.
Right.
But in my opinion, this was the best Alien movie, probably since 3. I don't know how you feel about that. I did not enjoy Resurrection. I thought Sigourney Weaver just showed up for the check in that one. I thought the movie was awful. But I shouldn't say I didn't enjoy Alien vs. Predator, because I did. But it wasn't. I didn't think it was good. I didn't think it was like as good as they were gonna make it out to be. And then Prometheus came out, and this is where we'll talk a little bit about Prometheus and how it connects to Alien Covenant. So okay, Prometheus. It was supposed to be the episode 1 kind of Phantom Menace of everything.
Right.
And it wasn't going to give all the answers right away. It was going to kind of give you new questions about everything that was in the Alien universe. And like stuff like the black goo and the space jockeys, which are now called, and we now know are engineers. What was their purpose? What was their meaning behind everything? So, I really enjoyed it. Wasn't perfect. I'll admit it wasn't perfect. There were a lot of people doing stupid things, very much like in Alien Covenant. One guy in particular was a big fucking retard, and we'll bring that up when we get back.
Are you allowed to say that?
What?
Fucking?
It's fucking YouTube.
Oh, all right.
But no, I liked Prometheus, and I liked everything it brought to the table. But with that being said, what were your? I mean, I expounded on everything that I liked. I liked about Prometheus. What were your problems with it?
My problem with Prometheus was that I felt like it was the Crystal Lake of movies. I felt that it was scientists gone wild. Like from the time the guy was just like, oh, I'm just gonna go on the alien planet and I'm just gonna take off my helmet just for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of things. The guy who got lost in the caves, them partying up. It was just, it just seemed to go out everywhere, and the scientists were just plain stupid.
Yeah.
These are supposed to be educated people.
I'll admit that with the hammerpede, or the thing that came out that was supposed to be like the new facehugger.
Right.
It was that worm thing that crawls out, and it's all snake-like looking at the guy, and he's all like, "It looks so beautiful. Let me touch it." And yeah, it's one of those decisions. Like in every horror movie, it's one of those decisions where you're sitting, even in the theater, you're like, "Come on, common sense." It's like. It's one of those tropes where I hear a noise, let's go find out what's making that spooky noise. And, all of a sudden. But in Alien Covenant, there were a lot of good things that were in it.
It was a different situation, actually, and I think that kind of helped it out because they really weren't scientists, but they were engineers.
Exactly. And I think that's where a lot of people that reviewed the movie that I saw that were saying it was the same problem as Prometheus, where scientists are doing stupid things, and these scientists are doing stupid things again. Kind of forgot they're not scientists.
No, not at all.
They were not scientists. Number one, they were colonial engineers. Let's get that straight right away. The big difference between colonial engineers, which are engineers looking to start a new habitat, and there's a big difference between them and actual scientists that wouldn't act certain ways that some of these people do.
Right.
One of the big things that I didn't that I thought was stupid. I even leaned over to you in the movie and said it. And a bit of spoiler here, but it shouldn't even be spoiler. It was in the fucking trailer, so not spoiler. Dude sits down, has a cigarette. He pops his earplugs out with his little intercom thing, and he hits a little bushel of the pods that the black goo had formed, and these pods release the black goo, but it's in spores, and it travels inside the guy's ear. And long story short, he starts becoming sick. They take him aboard the ship, and I believe what they call a neomorph busts out of his back. So that's stupid guy number one. Stupid incident number two that I didn't really think about until I was out at lunch today. Thank God we had a day to think about this. I was sitting there and I was thinking about the movie, and it was the part, again, not really spoilers, with the couple having sex, and the alien shows up. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, it's this big climactic moment in the movie that they just went on. They rescued the survivors off of this planet, and all shit broke loose and everything like that. How much time passed between when they rescued these people to all of a sudden there's there's just two people randomly having sex in a shower.
I kind of felt like they were supposed to be colonists, and most of them, I mean, a lot of them were pretty much married anyway and paired up. And it's like, I think the one guy, you know, his wife was on the planet, so she got killed. So it's just like, all of a sudden you're just going to have sex?
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. And that was another thing. They made it really tough to know who was with who exactly, because I couldn't follow that. Like, oh, my wife. And I'm guessing the two were a gay couple.
Yes.
I wasn't sure about that until, you know, he was the one guy was touching the other one's ring and stuff, and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, they really didn't do a good enough job, I think, in kind of letting you know who's with who.
Yeah.
It's like the only one you knew who was with the other one was the lead girl, Ripley Light, and James Franco.
Right.
That was the only one. Like I didn't know that what's his name?
McBride.
Yeah, McBride. I didn't know that his wife was the one in the one ship
Right.
until they mentioned it later. I'm like, so yeah, I think that was probably another fault of that's fault on the writing and a little bit of directing, but like I said, no movie can really come out of anything perfect. I've never seen one perfect movie. It's always going to have its flaws. But I would say Alien Covenant, it ticked all the boxes of what I wanted an Alien movie to be. I liked the way they tied things back into Prometheus, and like I was telling you yesterday, I think it actually helped elevate Prometheus a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm still in debate as to whether or not which one I like more. I don't know if I like Prometheus still a little bit more than Alien Covenant. I don't know if I like Alien Covenant a little bit better. Alien Covenant is definitely not going to supplant the original three, in my opinion. It's not going to beat any one of them. Is it better than Resurrection? By leaps and bounds, it's fucking better than Resurrection. And I enjoyed it better than the AVP movies. And I think I liked it. I'm safe. I'm going to be safe and say I liked it on the same level as I liked Prometheus. I would probably give it, out of a 10, I would give it a 7. I'd give it a 7. Which might be a little high for some people. But I go off of entertainment factor. It entertained me. I enjoyed it. Problems are secondary. What would be your final verdict for Alien Covenant?
You know what? I'm right there with you. I would give it a 7. And I was entertained. I thought it had a good story, the good characters. When I first saw the trailer, I'm just like, they're making another one. And I'm just, you know, I could just taste Prometheus at the back of my throat. And then,
The bile, that black goo coming back up.
But then, and then I saw Danny McBride in it, and I'm just like, wow, Danny McBride is, and then I thought it was going to go into a wholly, entirely different direction.
Interesting casting choice, by the way.
Yeah, and it worked, and everybody was like, well, I saw Danny McBride in it, and I didn't think it was going to be that serious, and actually, Danny McBride actually played a great character in the film. You know, he really surprised me. I liked him since, what was it, even though this is the end, here's end. I hated that movie.
Oh, you hated This Is the End?
I hated it.
Oh, I didn't think it was fantastic, but I thought it was funny.
But I mean, don't get me wrong, it was entertaining. But he was like one of the most funniest parts in the movie.
He was the saving grace of that movie. If it wasn't for him, that movie would not have been as funny. I'll give you that.
But given that the cast was great, don't get too attached.
Yeah. I didn't think it was fantastic, but I thought it was funny.
But I mean, don't get me wrong, it was entertaining. But he was like one of the most funniest parts in the movie.
He was the saving grace of that movie. If it wasn't for him, that movie would not have been as funny. I'll give you that.
But given that the cast was great, don't get too attached.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of the cat, sorry, I don't want to interrupt your final verdict. That was the one other thing that pissed me off.
Oh, was it?
One of the other things I did not like about Alien Covenant, it was the captain
That's right. You said you hated the captain.
Captain Pussy Pants.
Well, wait, but okay. Let me ask you this: was it because of his character? Did you hate the acting, or was it the character? Because I know you said you hated his dialogue.
I think it's a little bit of both. Number one, the dialogue was way too cheesy and corny.
Explain the captain's character.
The captain is spoilers. The original captain, who is James Franco, you never see in the fucking movie, by the way, except in videos.
Like right in the beginning.
Yeah.
And we were both looking at it just like, is that James Franco?
James Franco? And was that James Franco that just died like in a coffin fire?
Right,
essentially, is what it is.
Because
And,
it's just like, because you really don't see the face, so you don't know who that person is until afterwards.
yeah, like, oh my god, they just killed James Franco.
Yeah, when they're mourning.
And so so this new guy is forced to take over, and he's very skittish. He's not a take charge kind of guy. Right. He's very much he wants to be a take charge kind of guy. He wants to be the leader. But when push comes to shove, as you find out in the movie, he's very very timid. I think the one thing too is that they beat it over the head. And up the point of beating a dead horse was the fact that he was a faith-based guy.
He was a very religious
He was
person.
a man of God instead of a man of science. And they tried to nail that point home through dialogue many times. And I think that's what kind of... And it's not to where I have no problem with religion, don't get me wrong. Not saying that was the issue. It was just the way it was written and the way it was acted was... very cheesy, and I think I think back to that line of when he's walking away from the one girl and he's like, "Ye of little faith." The way I just wanted to I wanted to rip my ears off in the theater when I heard that, and
we both didn't like what was happening with him.
Oh, yeah. Again, spoilers.
Spoilers.
When they crash land on this planet, they find David, the robot from Prometheus, and he's been there. Did they ever specify how long they were there for? Was it 10 years?
10 years.
So he's been there for 10 years. Let's experimenting, madhousing, if you will, being a little mad scientist.
Yeah, apparently he had a lot of time on his hands.
A lot of free time. This is where you find out that he is the one that creates the xenomorph. He goes through a big explanation showing this showing Captain Pussy Pants how he's kind of created things and stuff it's not worked. It's been brought to life and then it's died and stuff like that, or maybe it wasn't perfect and he killed it. He's been trying to find that perfect specimen. Then he leads them in the stupidest way possible, like in every kind of horror. Like, it's like, come follow me down this magic tunnel. Come over here and let me show you what I've been working on.
Yeah.
And he follows him stupidly into this big room where there's about maybe 6 or 7.
There's quite a few pods in there.
Yeah, alien pod eggs sitting there. And of course, the guy, Captain Pussy Pants is, walking through kind of scared at first. And then David's like, "Oh, don't worry. It's okay. You can touch him." And so what does he do? He goes over there and starts touching it. And then it opens up. And number one thing, anybody who's seen Alien knows, A, don't fuck with those eggs. And then when one opens up, you just get out. Or just put your gun in there and just start shooting. But no, he gets curious. So he walks over, and of course David, go in there, go and peek, have a look inside. It's okay. Because nothing bad is going to jump out and latch onto your face and jam its little thing down your throat and lay eggs in your chest. That is definitely not going to happen. But it does. But it does. And Captain Stupid Pussy Pants is responsible.
Is that his official name now?
Captain Stupid Pussy Pants. That's actually what it said in the credits. Captain Stupid Pussy Pants, played by. He is responsible for the birth, the genesis of the very first xenomorph. Once again, my final verdict: Alien Covenant 7. Vern, your
I give it a
final
7.
verdict.
I give it a 7. I was entertained. I was very happy with it. Yeah, I was happy with it. The acting, the story, the way it actually went back to the prequel Prometheus. It was very entertaining because there was a lot of stuff that we kind of even though there was a lot of spoilers, we did kind of leave some stuff out.
Yeah, and
so you could still enjoy the movie.
You can still try to enjoy the movie. You can even try to enjoy Captain Stupid Pussy Pants.
It's like those two fat bastards in the room.
Curse them two fat assholes for ruining this movie. They just zapped all the joy out of it. But no, like I said, it was a very entertaining movie. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. But if you're a stickler for everything else, like whatever, I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Never mind. Fuck it. 7 out of 10. Done. But that's our review show for the time being. This practice run, if you will, the dry run of the Cosmic Brew review. But hopefully when we come back next time, we'll actually have a functioning microphone. See this? This is just a fucking paperweight right here. It's not even connected because my dumbass couldn't get the right connector. So look at that. Look at that. Look, big phallic symbol. Right in the middle of this desk. Big useless phallic symbol.
You're having trouble getting it up. Well, I'm having trouble staying. Staying power. Wow, that's an entirely different show. Entirely different show.
And with that is our show for this week. Hope you enjoyed. Please stop back and visit us again. We'll be reviewing some upcoming movies and some other nerd culture things going on.
Yeah.
New Friday the 13th game coming out. I'm going to be all up in that shit, and I'll give you a review on that. What are some new movies coming out? We got Pirates coming out. We got
Wonder
Woman's coming out. So we'll definitely be all in with those two movies. At least with one of them for sure. Not sure if I want to go see Pirates yet. We'll have to wait and see. But what? What you want? You're all about pirates?
Yeah, I love the pirate movies.
I mean, I like them too. I just didn't see the last one.
Oh, well, maybe you should skip the last one.
Maybe it's a good thing I didn't see the last one. So, all right. I'm DJ.
I'm Vern.
Peace out, motherfuckers. Go Cavs.
It's so...